The dodo bird, a symbol of extinction, once roamed the lush forests of Mauritius, captivating all who encountered it. This flightless wonder was uniquely adapted to its island home, thriving amidst the diverse flora and fauna. As we envision the dodo in its natural habitat, we can almost see its stout body, covered in soft, grayish-brown feathers, gracefully foraging for fruits, seeds, and roots along the forest floor. In stark contrast to avian expectations, the dodo possessed a robust, rounded body supported by sturdy legs, ideal for navigating its terrestrial lifestyle. Its large, hooked beak was a masterpiece of evolution, perfectly crafted to access the island's bounty. Seated awkwardly above its belly, the dodo's wings were short and underdeveloped, resulting in its flightlessness. This lack of flight was not a limitation, but a rich adaptation to the predator-free environment of Mauritius, allowing the dodo to thrive without the need to soar. Historically, Mauritius was an isolated paradise, teeming with unique wildlife long before human arrival. Instantly recognizable by its vivid ecosystems, this volcanic island nurtured various endemic species including the dodo. However, with the advent of human settlers and invasive species, the delicate balance of this island ecosystem was irrevocably disrupted. The dodo, with no existing natural defenses against predators such as rats, pigs, and monkeys introduced by humans, faced unprecedented challenges. As we delve into the tale of the dodo, we confront the aesthetic allure of its existence, a story entwined with tragedy. The dodo's strikingly large yellow feet and distinctive tuft of curly feathers at its posterior paint a poignant picture of a creature that could have continued to thrive. Its end, resulting from human impacts, serves as a reminder of our interconnectedness with nature and the consequences of habitat destruction. The dodo's story, though a sad reflection of loss, inspires preservation and awareness for current endangered species. By cherishing the memory of the dodo, we honor our responsibility to protect and sustain the rich biodiversity of our planet and ensure that history does not repeat itself. As we reflect on the dodo bird's legacy, we recognize the importance of conservation efforts that aim to preserve the unique species that exist today. The island of Mauritius, once home to the dodo, now serves as a vital sanctuary for numerous endemic birds and plants, reminding us that while we have lost much, there is still hope for the future of biodiversity. Through education, awareness, and stewardship, we can ensure that the story of the dodo is not merely a tale of extinction, but rather a catalyst for change in our approach to protecting the marvelous wonders of nature. The dodo, a flightless bird native to the island of Mauritius, once flourished in an ecosystem completely unique to itself. This unassuming creature thrived in a paradise where nature's abundance provided a variety of delicious fruits. Imagine lush forests filled with trees heavy with ripe, juicy figs and pulpy fruits. The dodo, being a frugivore, feasted on these treasures, playing a vital role in their seeds' dispersal, keeping the forest vibrant and healthy. Mauritius, an isolated island in the Indian Ocean, offered a perfect habitat for the dodo. It was a land of contrasting beauty, with volcanic mountains, dense woodlands, and stunning beaches. Here, the dodo found a safe haven, free from the threat of natural predators that could threaten its existence. This lack of competition and danger allowed the dodo to roam freely, foraging for food and developing its unique lifestyle unabated among the vibrant flora of the island. Yet, the dodo's unassuming life came with a hidden vulnerability, one that would eventually lead to its decline. With a slow breeding rate, producing only a single egg at a time, the dodo struggled to sustain its population. Picture a solitary egg nestled in the midst of a forest, vulnerable to the elements and the increasing presence of human settlers. As the island's ecosystem began to change due to human intervention and the introduction of invasive species, competition for resources grew, and the dodo's chances for survival dwindled. Its inability to rapidly reproduce meant that even small declines in its population could have disastrous consequences. The dodo's existence serves as a poignant reminder of the delicate balance within ecosystems. Its frugivore diet and the specific environmental conditions of Mauritius created a unique niche that allowed it to thrive. Yet this same specificity rendered it tragically susceptible to disruption. In a world where natural habitats are increasingly threatened, the story of the dodo encourages us to appreciate the intricate interconnections of nature and to strive for conservation efforts that protect all creatures, big and small. Even as we look back on the dodo's unassuming life, it urges us to reflect upon our own impact on the planet and the things we can do to prevent history from repeating itself. The arrival of humans on the isolated island of Mauritius in the late 16th century marked a pivotal moment in the ecological history of the region. This unique paradise, once populated by the flightless dodo bird, underwent drastic transformations as settlers established their presence. With the introduction of agriculture and new settlements, the dodo's habitat began to diminish, signaling the start of its tragic decline. The dodo thrived in a fragile ecosystem, uniquely adapted to the lush forests and rich resources of Mauritius. However, as humans settled, they brought with them a host of non-native species. Rats, pigs, and monkeys soon invaded the dodo's environment, creating fierce competition for food and resources. The dodo, oblivious to the rapidly changing landscape, struggled to find adequate nesting sites and sustenance as these invasive species preyed upon its eggs and diminished the natural food sources of fruits and seeds. Hunting further exacerbated the dodo's plight. The settlers, unfamiliar with the gentle nature of the dodo, hunted these birds for their meat. With no instinctive fear of humans, the dodo became an easy target. The combination of habitat destruction, food competition from newcomers, and overhunting led to a swift decline in the dodo population, ultimately pushing it to the brink of extinction. What once was a thriving, bustling ecosystem witnessed the tragic unraveling of a species that had flourished in isolation for eons. Beyond the dodo, the impact of human arrival reshaped the entire ecological balance of Mauritius. Native flora became overshadowed by invasive species that thrived in the altered landscape. The loss of the dodo served as a stark warning of the fragility of island ecosystems, reminding us of the intricate interdependence between species and their habitats. Once a symbol of evolution's ingenuity, the dodo now serves as a poignant reminder of the unintended consequences of human expansion. As we reflect on this history, it becomes crucial to learn from these past mistakes to protect endangered species today, ensuring that history doesn't repeat itself in the modern world. The dodo, a flightless bird native to the island of Mauritius, once flourished in its lush habitat, embodying the beauty of unspoiled nature. However, the arrival of humans in the late 16th century marked the beginning of the dodo's rapid decline. Unfamiliar with these feathered giants, sailors and settlers took little time to hunt them for food, eliminating their once thriving populations at an alarming rate. Coupled with this overhunting, the introduction of non-native species like rats, pigs, and monkeys further exacerbated their downfall, as these invaders consumed dodo eggs and competed for limited resources. Within mere decades, what was once a bustling population of dodos transformed into a ghost story of extinction. The habitat that supported these birds began to vanish as forests were cleared to make way for agriculture and settlements, pushing the dodos into ever-shrinking territories. The majestic trees, which offered nesting sites, were felled, leaving behind a barren landscape devoid of food and shelter. With every passing year, the cries of the dodo became less frequent, until silence enveloped the land where they once thrived. The last recorded sighting of a dodo occurred in the late 17th century, a bittersweet moment sealed within the pages of history. A lone naturalist described the encounter, capturing the haunting image of a creature unaware of its impending fate. This solitary dodo, roaming the dwindling remnants of its home, epitomized the tragic end of a species pushed to the brink by humanity's folly. The extinction of the dodo stands as a stark warning, echoing through time to remind us of the fragility of ecosystems and the irreversible consequences of our actions. In retrospect, The extinction of the dodo serves as a chilling testament to the impacts of habitat destruction and overexploitation. Each dodo that fell prey to the relentless hands of progress contributed to a narrative that reverberates beyond Mauritius, urging current and future generations to cherish and protect biodiversity. Conservation efforts remain critical in our battle against the tide of extinction, calling for a renewed commitment to nurture our planet, ensuring that no species faces the same tragic fate as the dodo. History should teach us that every creature, no matter how seemingly insignificant, plays an essential role in the intricate web of life. In the lush landscapes of Mauritius once thrived a bird unlike any other, the dodo. This flightless bird, known for its peculiar appearance and gentle demeanor, became a stark symbol of human-induced extinction. As we reflect on the dodo's fate, we are reminded of the power that humans wield over nature, and the irrevocable changes we can impose on our environment. The story of the dodo serves not only as a tribute to a lost species, but also as a poignant lesson about the fragility of ecosystems and the urgent need for awareness and action regarding extinction. The dodo's extinction was hastened by invasive species introduced by humans, such as rats, pigs, and monkeys, which preyed upon dodo eggs and consumed their nests. This highlights the profound impact that non-native species can have on vulnerable wildlife, often leading to dramatic shifts in the balance of local ecosystems. Invasive species can outcompete, prey on, or otherwise disrupt native species, leading to their decline and, in some cases, their extinction. By examining the rise and fall of the dodo, we see a clear illustration of how interconnected the web of life is and how easily it can be disrupted. The repercussions of our actions extend beyond a single species, affecting entire communities within ecosystems, pushing them toward an uncertain future. Conservation efforts today stand as a vital response to the lessons taught by the dodo. We have the ability to alter the course of our environment, and with that comes a responsibility to protect and preserve what remains. Initiatives focusing on habitat restoration, controlling invasive species, and fostering biodiversity are critical in our fight against extinction. By learning from the dodo's past, we can foster a culture of conservation that emphasizes harmony with nature rather than conquest. Each small action, whether it's supporting local wildlife initiatives, participating in cleanup drives, or spreading awareness about sustainability, holds the potential to make a lasting impact. Let us not allow the story of the dodo to fade into the annals of history without taking heed of its lessons. Instead, let it inspire us to forge connections with our natural world, advocating for responsible interactions and ensuring that no more species fall into the abyss of extinction.